Alright guys, different kind of video for today. It's not so much a step-by-step guide on how you should breed, more or less showing you how we have been breeding and Pixark to get where we are. But like, before we fully get into that, just like to point out that the end result in what we're about to show you can be duplicated, and it should come out exactly the same in official. We're not on official at the moment doing this, and yes, there's certain things I've changed, like intervals in between breeding times. Other than that, there's nothing else I've really changed. So this whole video is pretty much just showing what we do and maybe methods you might not know, and hopefully you can take something away by the end of the day. Is that alright, Goddess?
Yep.
Yeah. Alright. Let's do it. So obviously we're gonna look at breeding Rexes today. It can be whatever you like. And we're gonna mainly focus on stacking mutations on the damage stat of a Rex. Obviously we want to go out and tame some Rexes for this first step.
Yep, and unbelievable, we found a max level.
Yeah. But a lot of it comes down to luck and RNG. As you can see, we found a 120. To me, myself, and Goddess, the damage on that being 220, it's not a great start. The good thing though is in Pixark with the spyglass, you can see what the health is on the dino before you decide to knock it out.
That helps a lot with if you wanting to look for a health stat.
Yeah. Generally, we wouldn't bother looking at a dino under level 90, a wild dino.
Yeah.
The chances of getting a good stat in health or damage, what you want in a Rex, is kind of slim. Maybe 300 plus on the damage would be good.
Yeah, definitely.
As you can see now, we're back at base. We've got the 120 that we tamed, which is is this a female or male?
That one's a female.
So there's the female. We went out, we got what we didn't show, got it off cam. It was a 98 male. Obviously you need a male and female to breed. But this one actually had better damage.
Better.
Yeah. 280. So it's okay.
Not
but
bad.
It's not the greatest.
No.
But we're going to use it for the purpose of the video anyway.
And it doesn't matter what level you get. Obviously 90 plus, like we said, but
yeah,
it really doesn't matter.
No.
It's still all luck
right
on the stats.
So what you just saw there, that was just eggs that came from those two dinos that we had tamed. What we're looking for now is a breeding pair, or perfect
pair.
breeding pair, which is a female and a male that has the exact same stats. And
the same level.
Well, that's the only way you can find it. If it doesn't have the same level, it won't have the same stats. So we bred a bunch of eggs, and as you can see there, we found a 23. Put up the stats on the side, and then we found a 123. I think that's the male.
Exactly same.
Exactly the same stats. So they're going to be our breeding pair. There they are growing up. Perfect boy, perfect girl.
Makes it much easier to spot the mutations when you're breeding.
Yeah.
It's not necessary, but it's a lot easier.
Yeah. I'll get to the point of why having a perfect breeding pair makes it so much easier to stack mutations. And as you saw, that's them all grown up. They got exactly the same stats. These are the eggs from those two.
When they hatch, you want to look for a boost in the numbers, in the levels. So obviously all of these are going to be 123, but if you find one that's got 3 levels higher, you know that's got a mutation somewhere.
Yeah. It just makes it easier. If you're not doing like that, you're going to have to check almost every single egg that you hatch, hoping you get a mutation. So this way, you will always get a 123. To get a mutation on that first one, it will gain 3 levels. So you just keep an eye out for a
What we're doing right here,
123.
we are trying to just get a bunch of females because we want as many females that we can breed. So the more eggs that we get, the higher chances of getting a mutation.
Yeah. I just made this for funsies, but
Easiest way.
yeah, it's a little breeding pen. So that's the main male. That's that perfect boy that went in the middle there. No mutations. Level, he was a 123. Leveled himself. And then we're going to stick all the females around him. Enable them all to wander in so they start breeding. And the eggs will pop out just where I came from there.
And yeah, it doesn't matter if you bump any of the stats, it's still going to be the same level.
Yeah.
The same stats.
I mean, you guys will probably have better breeding pens than I do or whatever. This is something I just came up with. I've had so many different ones through the years.
Also, the eggs are very heavy, so...
Oh, that's another thing I did change in the INI game files, guys. My weight for me and Godfrey's character, because eggs in Pixark, or the fertilized Rex eggs, so heavy.
They are.
It's ridiculous. I don't know if it's 300 or 400, but it's around there. So if you're wondering how I can carry so many eggs, that's why.
It might be ideal to build a breeding pen where you're going to have air cons.
Yeah.
That way you don't have to pick them up.
Now these were the eggs from
all those females.
Yeah. So like what we're looking for now is at 126, and there's one there. That way we know that definitely has a mutation. There it is there. Mutation. And we've got the original stats on the left for you. And it got an increase in stamina.
Not what we wanted.
No, but
so
we're showing you
keeper.
where it can go.
And all the rest, I mean,
well, there's another
one there, yeah.
But that is the point of having... Where'd that mutation go, Goddess?
That one went into...
I missed it.
I think that was a weight one.
Yeah, maybe. And again, here we go. More eggs. But like I said, oh guys, this took so long. You can be so lucky. And I have been in the past and just got mutation right where I want it. After mutation, after mutation. You know, next breed, next breed. What do we got here?
This one looks like a health one.
This is cool, yeah. Another mutation there.
But, you know,
126, yeah.
Boosts, it'll get that many levels.
Yeah. So that mutation there in health, it gained 3,200 into health. So if you were to like stack a health mutation 10 times, that's 32k extra health. If that makes sense.
And not including what you when you level it.
Hey, and there's our first melee mutation. Damage, I should say, sorry.
Unfortunately, it's a female.
That's another thing too, guys. This one came out of female. There's nothing wrong with that. But the thing is, when I put it back into the rotation to breed, right here, there's only the male, the perfect male there that it can breed with. So the egg production is slower. Ideally, you want a male just to put it back into rotation and breed with all those perfect females that you created.
So you can just wait until you hatch a male from that, and it'll have that one mutation, and then you can just put it straight with those perfect non-mutated females.
It's totally up to you.
Yeah.
And here we go again. So we already had that one mutation. So now we're looking for
a 129.
Yeah. And you can see it's got 2 mutations there.
This one's got a stamina though.
It's not what we wanted.
We want to stack them just on damage.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's totally up to you, but this is how I do it.
Yeah. It works out better.
And if you noticed, we gained 30 damage points from our original.
Yeah.
Here's another 2 mutations.
Both into damage.
Yep. Unfortunately, it's another female, so...
Bred it again with that male. And waited to get a male to breed again with those females.
Yeah. So each time it's going to jump up 3 levels. We're looking for 132 now, I think?
Yep.
But as you can see, like, if you were not to have perfect males or females, you'd be having to search all those little babies to see if you got a mutation, because the levels will jump all over the place.
Yeah.
This way it makes it easy where you're like, okay, it's just going to gain 3 per every time.
Yeah, that would take too long going through all those.
It does. Our original Rexes that we use, I made a mistake and killed our perfect male, which stuffed things up, so my levels jumped all over the place. What do we got there? And there's the final one. We got 4 mutations there.
All into damage.
Just all into damage. Yep. 400. We started off with 280.
Yep.
So that's a big increase.
And that's just 4.
And that's how me and Goddess normally would breed in this game. For Rexes, for instance. This is our original Rex we tamed on this playthrough. And we started off with a 330 melee damage. I keep saying melee. Yeah, he's got no mutations. That was a wild tame. And this is what we bred them to. You can see
this one's got 20 mutations into damage, so end up going to 930.
And it's all on the male side.
Yeah, and we haven't bumped any stats, so the original health on that one was 28,000.
It's not even imprinted 2 peaks, so it's on 930 now.
Yeah.
20 mutations from 330 damage wild tame. I think this is going to be our
Imped one.
No, this is our health stat one.
So 20 points into health. Just health alone.
Yep. So I did the same thing separately. One for the damage, 20 times, and then one on the health. You can go way beyond that if you like. I'm going to try and see how stupid my Rexels can get. Stay tuned for that video.
Yep.
And this is just an example of like when I breed those 2 of our dinos together. This is what me and Goddess use for our boss Rexes. We breed those 2, we get one of these, and then we imp them. In this situation, you'll see lots of numbers, but the higher the level in there, it's more likely it has all the stats you have.
Every single one of those dinos will have 40 mutations. 40
mutations. Well, it got an extra one somewhere, but it's got the health stat and the damage stat, which is awesome. So I'm going to keep that one because I need some, and I had a few die in a boss fight.
A few? All of them. That's
also, even though you see these lower numbers here, even though they came from the same parents, they will still have the 40 mutations. But you can see the stats are there. Look, it has, that's our original each health that we had started with, and the damage. So that thing just goes in the garbage can. We don't keep that.
Yeah. Probably why you want to do stacking onto just the one side, because you don't want.
You necessarily don't have to imp all these in between dinos. You can if you want, but they're mainly for just breeding. You'd only want to imp on your final product.
Yeah.
This is an 100% imprinted dino that me and Goddess use. So the HPs from about 93 have jumped up significantly. The damage from 930 has gone to whatever that is. Just over 11k. No, 10, 1, whatever it was. Don't judge me. And here is one of the dinos I use, and this is Toby Juan. Comes from the same parents that we've just shown you recently.
And
he's 100% imped, and every single level that he gained, I went and maxed him out. He gets 65 levels. Everything went into damage, and there's the result there.
You can see it jumped into the helm for the imprint, the damage.
And well, let's see what he hits for anyway. Let's go Toby Juan. There we go. And everything like rider boosts by imprinting and being mate boosted.
Mate boosted, yeah, that's a big
helps a
one
lot.
too. So you always want to go in with at least one male and the rest female, or vice versa.
Yeah. But like we were saying, guys, it's more of, this is what we do, not a step-by-step guide.
Hope you enjoyed the video.